All right, you guys, welcome back to Worth a Conversation. Today is episode 7.
It's one of my lucky numbers.
Ooh, same.
Really?
Yeah.
3, 7, 12.
Oh, okay.
And 11.
Mine is 11 too. 7-11.
You're like, I got nothing.
I mean, just angel numbers.
Oh, yeah.
If it had to be like a raffle, it would be like 57.
Okay, you guys, today I wanted to talk to the girls about a phrase that is called getting your pink back. So I've heard of this through TikTok. I think it was maybe like a half a year ago or a year ago that everyone was posting about it. And I didn't really know what it meant because I kind of thought, okay, maybe it's like getting your spark back. But I'm going to read you the definition because I don't want to butcher what exactly it means. So it says getting your pink back is a concept popularized by content creator Lindsay Girk, inspired by the metaphor of flamingos losing their vibrant colors while raising young. It represents a process of reclaiming your identity, joy, and energy following a major life transition such as postpartum recovery.
Oh my gosh, that's deep.
It is deep. But I think that, like, in my life right now, I'm noticing things that I now, what is it? Like, hindsight is 2020. That I most likely did go through back then with my son, and then how I'm feeling now versus, so I've been thinking about that a lot. And I know these girls also, they have their kids. So yeah.
So break this down for me because I have never heard that before.
heard
I
it?
thought it was like superficial, like I'm getting my pink bag. I'm like, I don't like pink.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like how deep that was. So flamingos lose their pink,
Their vibrant color.
so whenever you see them like at the zoo, like and they're pale, like it's because of something like that.
Yeah, that they're like, I guess, recovering from postpartum.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's whenever you like. I guess whenever people like say like you give your whole energy like as mothers, like we give so much to our babies when we're growing them. That is crazy. That is so interesting.
Yeah,
And so deep.
And the trend on TikTok is just showing like moms with their newborns and just like, like things get crazy. You're tired. Your body hurts. You're emotionally sometimes like you're just emotionally unwell. And then it shows them and their kids later on, and they're like thriving. They're happier. They got it down. 'Cause you're in the trenches.
Yeah.
Like,
so is this just exclusive to like when you're pregnant or like right after like postpartum?
I think it's like you in the newborn trenches, even you like when they're still like 1 and they're trying to walk and you're stressed and and then you start growing alongside them, and then you're like, wow, like you start to find your identity again. You start coming back to life, I guess you could say.
No. Oh, Gracie, you're a teen mom.
Yeah, I was like trying to, as you were talking,
Like
I'm
processing, like
I'm like, when did that? Because for me, I feel like
how
I
was
was
that?
in that mode for a long time.
A long time.
Like I don't feel like mine was like, oh, a year, 2
Right,
years.
right.
No, I feel like I got out of mine like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Being a teen mom, like I didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? Like I went straight to being a teenager to like being a mom, so I didn't have that time of like making friends, going to party. I didn't have a personality per se, I guess. Like a self, I don't
like an identity outside.
Right.
being a
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah. So my identity went straight to being a mom, wife, like straight into business too. So like I didn't know who I was.
Not even that, but it's like a baby raising like when they
a baby raising a baby. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just discovering who Gracie is and who I want to be.
How was your experience after baby like
giving birth and everything? Your postpartum.
Yeah, your postpartum. How was that for you?
I think I just went straight to like autopilot. Like I don't think I ever sat down with myself and went through like, oh, this is tiring. It was just,
really.
Yeah, it was until like I reached burnout. I reached a burnout stage. Yeah. So I wasn't self-aware that I was like on survival mode. I was just on like autopilot. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, was it hard for you to like even? Like,
I tell this to everybody because I'm like, it kind of sucks to say, but like for me, my pregnancy, it was like the worst year of my life. You know what I mean?
That's okay to say though.
Yeah, I can relate, like, because I am so jealous, like, and that's like, there's little things that I grieve about not having babies anymore. And that's like one of them is that like I wish I got to enjoy a pregnancy. Like I see some girls like thriving and like loving,
doing the
like
baby showers,
all the
all the
baby
stuff.
like I can relate with you 100% that I had like it was a really really rough time being pregnant for me. And it wasn't because of the actual like sicknesses and stuff like that.
Right, me either.
It was emotionally.
Yeah. So for me, I had just moved out. I had like moved into my husband's house. You know, like and that's a whole different environment because different families are different. You know, different dynamic. And then I moved maybe like 20 minutes away from my high school, and I kept going to high school. So like the drive in the morning, and you're already pregnant. You know, like not even in the mood. So like the drive, and then I was doing dual credit. So like the bus will pick me up at my high school, take me to TCC to the college classes.
That is so much.
And then I was doing college classes, and then just dealing with being a teen mom, the judgment, like you walking around the hallways, like the stares, the questions, you know. And then I was also working, so it was a lot.
That's great, girl. Yeah. What about like your family? Like,
how was
I know as Latinas, like it's like it's a stereotype in the sense of like us like having a lot of teen moms in our culture, in our ethnicity, but also it is so frowned upon. Like you're like a bad girl, I mean, like, obviously it is like something you don't expect a teenager to, be going through. But like I know that our Hispanic families are not, like other cultures where they're like, you messed up. Like I get it. Our families are not accepting like that.
I ignored it. Like I canceled the noise. I like pushed them away because I didn't want to hear it. Yeah. So for the longest, even now, like I don't go around them too much. Just because I don't want to hear it. Like I'm not gonna allow for anybody to put me down. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I already have. Not that my mom puts me down, but she gives me advice, and she's always like,
right. But I mean, it's Hispanic mom. Like they don't want to see your
So like I already have enough with my mom that like why would I want to hear a tia? Like, don't. Like I've had to. Like I remember a point where like my tia had tried to tell me something about my husband, and I was like, "Don't. This better be like the last time you say anything about my husband." Because I'm like, if I find out whatever he's doing, like I will find out. Like you don't have to be like, "Oh, está aquí. Oh, look what he's doing." And then when they would tell me, it was like the most innocent stuff of like. Like he's hanging out with my cousin. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? Yeah. But they would always say, like, oh, es que estás trabajando y él aquí. Like, okay.
And this was all while you're pregnant?
Yeah.
No, gosh.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, so I pushed it away. So I didn't get to really experience. I saw the judgment in their eyes. Or maybe I would hear, like, little chismecitos or
what about like after the baby? Like, was it hard to, like, figure it out? Because, like, I feel like when and as, like, if you get pregnant at older age, you're not like you have more you're just more mature.
Yeah,
but I
you're
feel
more
like
stable.
as a baby, like were you just like, oh my god, like how do I even change a diaper? Like you're not around it, the way that.
I mean, I got lucky enough that I moved in with my mom while we got a home, and so she was able to help me. So she was a big help. Yeah, and then she has her own business, so she took over with like taking care of Dominic while I was in school and work. So
did you experience postpartum depression?
I don't even think I had time to, like how Mexican parents are just, some parents are just like, oh, depression, like what? Like I think I didn't even have time to think of what I was feeling. I was just like on a roll, autopilot.
Yeah. Something that I like, and this was not too long ago, the disassociation that some moms go through while giving birth. Like that. Yeah. Like once the baby comes and then like plays it like, and they're gone.
You're just like, what
is this? Yeah. And I saw that for the first time on TikTok one time, and I was just like, oh my gosh, but I can totally see how that can happen. But it's crazy to see it, and not even that, but like not pour judgment into that. Yeah. Because, a lot of people are like, oh, she's a bad, or they automatically go into like, she's a bad mom, or like, how can you have postpartum depression if you just have something to live for now, or you have,
you're blessed with the baby.
Your baby. Yeah. And your baby's a blessing, but like, I mean, not only that, but it's not just emotion. There's so many scientific hormonal imbalances that happen that, men will never understand. And even us as females, like we're freaking gods. Like, we're angels on earth, because it is just so crazy how much we give and what our bodies can do.
Yeah.
But it is a scientific thing that so many hormone imbalances are happening and so many things change chemically wise in your body that, some people go through postpartum depression. Like, how was your experience?
So my pregnancy and everything was like perfect. Like you've lived it with me, so like I did the baby shower, I did like everything. I wouldn't say the only, but like the biggest thing is so my son was born July 2020. So guess what? COVID started March 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So my birth experience and everything, like labor, I had to walk in by myself. Yeah. And I had to wait in there by myself. They gave me I think they waited for Angel to come in, but like everything was by myself, and I was crying. I was scared. When I got there, I was already at 7 centimeters.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so everything was just like a rush. They were like, if you want an epidural, we have to do it right now. So they were poking me, prodding me, everything. And then I spiked a fever because they were stressing me out. Yeah.
Right.
And were you having to wear a mask this whole time?
Oh yeah, I pushed with a mask.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't let you take it off.
What?
Yeah. And then like everything I had always imagined with having like my parents come, my friends come and visit, nothing.
Yeah.
And then they treated me like I had COVID because of the fever.
Oh no.
Yeah. And in the beginning, when I first walked in, they checked me. I was fine, so they let me go in. And then because they started like putting in IV, they were checking me up there. They were doing everything. They're like, "Oh my God, you have a fever. We got to treat it like it's COVID." And then 2 COVID tests at the same time, so they were like poking that thing way up my nose. And yeah, they're like, "You're a 7," and I'm like, "Oh my God." And they're like, "You need to get the epidural. We need to put you in a room." And then the birth was like fine. But I do think that I wouldn't say I disassociated, but I just remember being like I don't know how to feel about this. Like I didn't cry. It was just like easy. And then I pushed him out and it was like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like, wow, like this is who I've been like carrying this whole time. And then it's not to like think back at like my journey that I definitely think that I had postpartum anxiety. I don't think I had like baby blues or postpartum depression, but I think I had the anxiety aspect of it because, dude, like we wouldn't even eat. I don't know why me and him were both like, we both have to watch the baby like for 24/7. Like, and so like, I didn't even let my mom like cook for me because like she was dealing with her own pains and stuff. And I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. And then I remember like we would go to Chick-fil-A at 9 p.m. and be like, okay, this is our first meal.
Oh my God.
Like, I didn't have the luxury of having like people come and bring me food and all that stuff. Like anyone who came by like had to wear a mask. It was just like, yeah.
And it like robbed you.
Everything was so rushed and everything was so like we were so isolated. And I'm like, I see all these people who get cooked for and like their moms like plan all this stuff. And I'm like, dang, I should have let my mom just take care of me.
Yeah.
Because I was still at that point. I was like, I'll take care of you. Like, don't worry about it. And then when Angel started working, like I would be with him all day, and then the naps, like I would get anxiety. I couldn't even rest during his naps because I'm like, he's about to wake up. Like I know he's gonna start crying, and I was just always on edge. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is like I'm not getting any rest. They say rest when baby sleeps. No, I wasn't doing that. I was like anxious. But yeah, I think COVID definitely robbed me of a lot of experiences and stuff. And I think it's taken me almost until now to finally like not feel a connection because I've always felt a connection, but now that he's speaking and he's like he can express himself and everything because my son had a speech delay. So I feel like I'm finally coming out of it and I'm like, oh my God, look, he is a little human and he has so much love. He's full of he's full of so much love and
Stop, you're gonna make me cry.
And kindness. And I'm just like, wow, like I finally made it. Like we made it here and he's like
together.
Yeah, and he's doing so well. We've grown so much. And I'm like, like I'm becoming a better version of myself, like for him and with him. But like even this journey has helped. Dang it, I said I wasn't gonna cry. Just I feel like I'm just becoming a better version of myself, and it's just like he encourages me. Like, I hear my son like say all these nice things, and I'm like, oh my God, how'd you get so nice? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just so full of pride and so proud of him, and I know, like,
yeah. Sorry, guys. We were just talking. I just commented yesterday to her like how I love seeing you because we were talking about the Worth the Conversation like prep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How like you thrive at like prepping.
yeah,
And then I was like, don't you see how like, and I was trying to like just kind of, because I know you guys have like late friendship, right? Like, we were friends first. And so I was kind of just trying to describe how like good you are at like so crafty. And I was like, yeah, she got it from her mom. Like, you know, she would always say like how her mom does like all these things and make sure every holiday was like special and stuff like that. And I was like, and I just love like when I see your little videos of like the little portfolio and all the little cute details that you make for your son, like that, like not every, I wish that I was like that. Because I like you curate special things for him, and I like love to see that because that's why he's like such a sweet boy.
he is.
And you're definitely raising like a gentleman. He's great. So the fact that you're like, you know, we're growing together, and like it's so cute because like we get to reflect on like, dang, like I'm actually made like a really good human.
Yeah, you see your kids and you're like, wow, like that's so nice. Like, and we did that. Like, we played such a big role in that. And it's just like, dang, we have so much pride in them.
Yeah.
And you should both be proud.
Yeah.
And it's being like team, you know, like you with your daughter, your oldest, you know, it's just like being able to grow with them. I think that's so cute.
Yeah, that I mean, you guys, like I've told you guys this before, so my story's definitely very intense, and I will cry like every time, like, I mean, um, it was all through my divorce with her dad. And so I did everything alone. My parents, I mean, like I said, it's frowned upon, you know, I didn't wait till marriage and stuff like that, which is, you know, the values that they raised me by. So again, I was very involved in church, so it was just like all that was very hard on me being pregnant outside of like marriage. And then, but then whenever we did get married, you know, then was like, oh, you got married because you were pregnant and stuff like that, even though we had already planned to get pregnant. I mean, to get married. But I did leave him, because of, you know, like I don't even know how to express, you know, that I was in, like, what do you say? Like an abusive relationship. So I almost did lose her at like, I was like 2 months when I almost lost her because of the abuse that I was like the physical abuse that I was receiving. And so that's when I left. And so then I did the whole pregnancy, you know, by myself. And that was really hard. Like I will cry about that because it was very, very lonely in the sense of like, you have this idea of what it would be like to do it with a partner. And I'm like, I know you said, you know, you felt like, but you did have like your husband that was happy for you about the baby. Same about like Angel, you know, and it was very hard for me that I felt like the only one that was happy. And so, so like even whenever I felt her kick for the first time, like I remember it was like, I don't know, it was like 11 o'clock at night and I was by myself in my room. I had moved back with my parents. Because at this point, like I was still married, but you know, divorce hadn't gone through. Because by the way, in the state of Texas, you cannot get a divorce while pregnant. You can't because of all the hormones and like changes that women are going through. They don't know if it's legit that you're actually feeling like that or
That's insane.
Yeah, it is very insane. So I couldn't legally get a divorce. So, but I had moved back into my parents' house and I remember I was upstairs in my room and it was around 11 o'clock at night and she kicked. And I just, instead of being happy, I cried because I'm just like, who do I share this with? Like, whose hand do I grab to like, you know, like, oh, babe, she kicked, you know? So that was really hard. And then like around 4 months or so, they diagnosed her with a cyst in her brain. And they told me that she was going to have Down syndrome. And going through that alone at that point, my mom had started to come around You know, it took her a while just because it just tainted her image of like, you know, what she wanted for me versus the route that I took. But she had came around and she was the one going to the doctor's visits with me, and they gave us the news about her cyst, and you know, they checked it out and you could see it. It was like, you know, bigger than like a quarter. And so they're like, you know, she definitely is going to have a some type of like Down syndrome. We're not sure what it is. And that was really hard. Like I remember breaking down in the doctor's office, and I was like, this is probably because of him. You know, I blamed the stress and everything. And I was just like, you know, and he doesn't even get to, you know, and I'm like, I can't believe my baby, you know, and all that, like, that's already hard, even if things, even if they don't, even if things are good, moms go through like, oh my God, is she growing okay? Yeah. Are they moving? Yeah. Like, you know, constantly like trying to make sure that your baby's fine. And that alone is like, I mean, that was my entire thing. I was like, I can't feel her today. Normally she kicks 5 times and she hasn't kicked, you know, so all that was just so hard on me, like so much stress. And, so they gave me that news. Of course, her dad at that point was like out of the picture. He never checked up or anything or asked about her. Um, so it wasn't, you know, I believe in the power of prayer. And although like I'm not actively in church, like there's no denying that God exists. He's made himself very very seen in my life in many ways, and that was one of them, and the biggest one that I experienced like God's healing, because you know, we did pray over my daughter and the doctors wanted me to have like a test to where you could see what type of Down syndrome she was going to have, just so I could be prepared. And I cannot even tell you how many times they brought up terming the pregnancy. And that was really annoying. Yes, because I mean, at some point, like, and that's like a very sensitive subject to even talk about. So I'm not gonna like dig too much into that. But to me personally speaking, you know, from my experience, I was like, I already felt her. Like, I already know she's there. There's no way that I could do something like that to her. You know, I was already connected to her. Like, in that life, it was, it's me and you, sister. Like, you know, so I told the doctor, I'm like, no, like, you know, and then she's like, well, let's do the test to see what type of syndrome she's going to have. And she's like, but there's 50% chance that while we're doing the test, we could puncture the sac and you would have a miscarriage. And I said, you know what? Like, God's in control. Like, if he will bring my baby into this earth the way that she's meant to be here. And so I kind of like, but I never came to terms. Like, I would always say she's healthy. I never told anybody like outside of my circle like what was happening. But I was like, she's healthy. And long story short, like the cyst disappeared. It disappeared. Like, they were doing sonograms and they're like, I have no idea what happened. And that was like a big miracle that God did for me and Genesis, and I delivered a healthy baby. She's amazing. But also that was a whole experience. I did get diagnosed with preeclampsia. Okay. So there was just like so much.
What is that?
Basically, do you know, like when moms, so your blood pressure is so high that you could have a stroke. And basically that's when moms pass away during labor. So like whenever you like hear like, or like in telenovelas when you're like, oh, choose the mom or the baby. And stuff like that's actually real life scenarios. And that happens when the mom is like, you know, so basically it's like your blood pressure you can't control and it just happens. It's not genetic. It's not anything you do to trigger it. Like, it just happens.
That's crazy.
And so I got diagnosed with preeclampsia. I had her at 33 weeks, and that whole experience was like...
Oh, she was a preemie?
Yeah.
Dominic was a preemie too.
That whole experience was insane. I mean, I did it alone. They kicked my mom out because, you know, it was just so much. They had lost her heartbeat. So they rushed me to, you know, the C-section. Like you said, like, you have this idea in your head. And I know a lot of moms go through this. Like, you have a birth plan, but at the end of the day, like, you just want your baby to be safe. So you come to terms with, like, you know, just do whatever you have to do as long as my baby makes it here. So that was hard, like hearing the doctors panic in the sense of like, we lost her heartbeat, you know, they straddled me down and kicked my mom out and had to do all that by myself. And because of the diagnosis that I had, like, I didn't get to see Genesis until like 4 to 5 days after I had her. Yeah. So that that was really hard. Like all these things like were just building up, which is why I probably like no more babies.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like so traumatic for me, like this whole thing. And like so, you know, after I finally got to see her, like you know, it was just me and her. Like I'm just like, okay, it's just us, sister. Like we gotta make this work.
What was your first, going back to, how we disassociate? What was your first, did you instantly feel like something?
Yes, instantly. Like I just feel like I was the only one who like had her. So it's like she's the only one who has me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so I feel like that, like I got you, baby. Like, you know, that type of like maternal thing just kicked in.
Yeah.
And at that point my whole family was like on board, you know, of like loving her. And I remember telling my siblings, like I have 3 brothers, and I told, you know, including my dad, and I was like, you guys have to be there as the manly like father figure for her, because I never want her to not feel protected, not feel safe from that standpoint of like daddy issues.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, they were never gonna replace her dad in her life, but they did such a good job. Like I freaking love you guys.
Such a good job.
Yeah.
And so
she loves them.
Yeah, she's so close to them, and a lot of people don't understand because of all the backstory. But when I tell you, like every time I would go out with one of my brothers, they would think that they were the daddy, because like you know, one of them had the car seat, the other one had my stroller, the other one had the diaper bag. Like they're my siblings, and my dad are amazing. And so yeah, so all that happened. So I was really depressed. I mean, I lost all of, like, kid you not, I lost all of my baby weight by my first postpartum appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just because you were so stressed.
I was so stressed. I was so sad. I was so depressed. But it wasn't towards my baby. It was just like, I'm alone. Like, I just really embraced the fact that I was alone. And so, and like, the whole anxiety of like her breathing, and not even that, but like, I guess it also did something to me whenever they said that she was going to have, the Down syndrome. So I was always like, very like, is she doing something weird? Yeah. She like maybe they didn't pick up on something, like, you know, like, so I was always very alert with her development of like speech, walking, everything, because I was like, you know, like, is it something that I'm not or very settled to where I don't notice it? Yeah. So now that she's turning 15, it's like a big milestone that us Hispanics like celebrate, you know, with our quinceañera, and I cannot stop admiring my child. Yeah. Like she is, and it's crazy. Like, we're just going to stop, and I'm going to just go back to crying, because I like look at her, and like you said, you know, whenever you look at your baby, you're like, we're doing it, you know, Bubby's like, we're getting through this, you know. And I look at her and I'm like, dang, like I want to be young again so I can be your friend, because you're just so cool. Yeah. And I'm like, and who did you get it from? Because I'm not, like, I'm a kind girl, but not like that. Like, she has a heart of gold. She's such an empath. She just feels, and she's just so bubbly, and just like her simplicity and just everything. Like, I admire the little human that, you know, God sent to me, because I'm just like, I feel like I needed her more than, you know, like I need her more in this life than she needs me. And I don't think she realizes that. Yeah. And so I'm just like, you know, like, baby, you're so cool. Like, you're so cute. And I just like tell her how obsessed I am with her. And I, not only when I look at her, I reflect how I did that. Like, you know, my people did that. Like, it was so hard raising her single my entire life. And I mean, when her dad had no involvement financially, nothing. So like everything that I did, like cheer, like the little extracurricular activities, like I always made sure I went to every award ceremony, like, you know, made her feel so like made her feel so seen. Like there was nothing, you know, that she was missing out on. Is more on, you know, them missing out on her, because she's just so amazing. Yeah. And so now I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm like, my DNA is in this beautiful human being that I now get to admire. Yeah. And so, you know, this celebrating her 15 is like a celebration for me too. And I feel like that. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, I've made it all about her, but I'm just like even during we're going to dance to Leanne Ryan's I Hope You Dance.
I know I'm gonna cry. I cry.
And I'm going to tell you guys the backstory. Like, so people don't just, like, I'm like, baby, like, I'm going to be a mess. I'm like, because people don't know, like, And me and her have been dancing this song ever since she was like 6 or 7. 7. Not even in the most serious moments can I be serious. Lord Jesus. And it's because like everything it says, like I never hope you lose yourself of wonder. Like this world can be so dark, and I'm just like everything around her was always like it's like they were negativity was trying to always find its way. Right. And God, my family, my dad, like her uncles, like we all did such a shield of protection over her to try to, and then now like I see her and I'm like, you're such a good girl. Like she's so smart, she's so talented, like everything she's into. And so yeah, I'm like, it's a celebration to me too, because like I did that by myself, you know? Did. Like yeah. I got us a home with my efforts, like with my job, and like so when I tell single moms, like when they're actually single, that's like a term that's like loosely, but like when I tell single moms and they're like by yourselves, I'm like, I know what it feels like. You can do it. Like you've got this. Mm-hmm. And basically, yeah, now like growing with our kids, like, like you're like, you talk about Dom so much of like how you like with his little yo-yo stuff, you're like, he's so cool like that. Yeah. He's so, yeah. And he's so different, like you like, in his sense of like, just like being creative with his little toys.
Yeah, but I think but what is it? It takes a village. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so grateful for like my husband's side of the family because they've poured into giving him so much love. And yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm just so thankful he's alive, first of all, because being a child, raising a child, but just seeing his personality, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm doing such a good job. Yeah. Like, I'm just so proud that we're with all of us. Like this little human, he also, like your daughter, he has like a kind heart. And I'm like, that's so awesome. Like, where are you getting all of this from? Like, you would think that they're growing up in like, what is the word? Like just in this chaoticness that they would turn out a little, maybe different. Yeah. But no, they're like the kindest and, like they're so talented and everything. So I think we're, like pat on our back. Yeah, we're doing such a good like, job.
I see Angelus and I'm just like, oh my God, you're like a mini D. Like, cause it's just so like witty and like, like, with big smile. With this big smile. Yeah.
And have y'all heard that thing that like if you have a boy because you needed love? Yeah. And then if you needed a girl, you needed a best friend.
Stop it. There's quotes about it and they do make me cry because it's just like, dang, like he really does. He really does like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, well, they say that, like, like experiencing a love from a baby boy, like it's like that manly love that you can't get from a dad, you can't get from a partner. Yeah, it's just like you actually experience like so unconditional love. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that I agree. My ovaries grieve that. Because I always like, I mean, I get it with my stepson now, but it's different. I mean, he loves his mom, and so I came into his life as a different person. But I did always want a boy first, just because I know how amazing my, like, having older brothers were to me. So I always, like, envisioned that. But God knows what he does. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, throughout the whole time that we were by ourselves, like, I needed a girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then now that she's older, like, oh my God, I have so much fun with her. Like, and all the little stuff that she's into and just like talking about boys and, the music and getting some sad songs together and happy songs together.
I love that.
Like, and like right now, like with the Quince of like, hey, okay, we have our nail appointment. Like, it's just me and her. And I thank God for getting us through that into where we're now. And it was something that was recently brought up by one of our listeners or whatever. And she said, she's like, oh my God, you guys are doing so much and your moms. Yeah. It's just like, that is so admirable, And so I'm like, pat ourselves in the back. Yeah. Because all of our babies are so good. And I'm tying it back to the peak. Yeah. Like, I think that we all finally got our peak back, you guys. And it's just like,
I don't know. I'm really proud to say that because I know we all had rough stories and we all went through things, and then for us to like look at it,
different.
so different.
Now that like everything's coming like your story with like the it not being what you wanted it to be and like all this, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. And then you with your like teen mom, all this stuff, and then like me with all the craziness, like it's so crazy. Like I tying everything together, and it's like, Jesus, I think we're meant to.
Everything, everything's happened for a reason, and then we're also getting our like it's rewarding, like
yeah,
we're seeing
you can see it in them, and then like it reflects back on us, and we're like, dang, we did a good job, and like we can feel good about ourselves, and we can like be okay with like doing stuff for us, and
just because our kids are. We're good, Mama. You got this.
Us being in the industry of like weddings and like do y'all ever talk to the moms? Because for me, like I'm doing the makeup on the moms and stuff, so I get like a one-on-one with the moms sometimes. So I'm always like, how does it feel? You're like seeing them get married. You're seeing them find love. Like I'm always like, are you gonna cry? Like what is that? Can you imagine like us reaching that milestone?
Oh God!
I mean, you're already like Daniela.
I mean, I think that's because we highlight it to be like a big thing. I think any little like milestone that they reach, like you're just like you get a little like, oh my God, kindergarten.
Girl, I can't even make
like
kindergarten.
Yours is in middle school already.
He's going into 7th grade.
Oh my God,
just turned 12.
Close to high school.
Like his voice just changed.
Oh,
and so
even,
it's like,
and even me being like a bonus mommy. Like seeing our oldest, like she's gonna be a senior next year. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I haven't even been here for the majority of your life. But like I already feel like I've poured so much into loving her that I'm just like, my baby's gonna be a senior. Like you're a whole like about to be like a whole adult, And I'm like, that is so crazy. And so so I just feel like as moms, like if you're going through it currently, like in the trenches of postpartum or even pregnancy, like just know that it's temporary, but you're seen, you're heard, because it's very real. So don't let anybody be like, let you brush off exactly what it is that you're feeling. And just know that we will get through this, and we're figuring it out every day. Like they evolve into their own little personalities, their own little, so we're all just like figuring out. And then when you think you have it, they change. When you think you lock it in, like my little girl went through like her little punk emo phase, and so I was like getting into that, like going to like buy her like black and like cute little chains and like stuff like that, and then she's like, I don't want to dress like that anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, great. So now what? So they're figuring their style out. They're figuring what they're into. And it's fun. Being a mom is so rewarding. And now I understand, like, I feel like it made a better connection with my mom now that I understand. I'm understanding the reasons why she did everything that she did. And, now that you get to, live out with Bubby's everything your mom did for you. And, you had to learn from scratch. And then, like, now you get to, build him up the way that you want to. And then I've always heard the thing that comes on TikTok, and it's like, oh, now I get to be the mom that I wanted, wish I had.
Oh
so, I think we're all can speak pretty good about our moms. So just if you're, and if you need somebody to talk to, we're always here. Like you said, we all went through so many different things, but we're all here. We've all made it. And like you said, we're getting our pink back, and we are going to sit there and encourage you guys to start investing in yourselves little by little, and you'll get there. There's no specific time on when, but give yourself grace in everything. And everything that you do, even if it's just you along with the baby while the hubby's at work. I know it can be hard, but give yourself grace, because you'll get through it. So, yay! Bye. Your favorite part of the episodes where we play a game, and by popular vote, we got a great feedback on rapid questions. So here is parte número dos. All right, Gracie, go for it.
Ready?
Yes.
Have you ever done something illegal?
Absolutely.
Have you ever stalked anybody online?
Stalked? Absolutely.
Do you have any phobias?
Absolutely. Oh, God.
Which one?
Phobias? Cockroaches. I will die.
Oh my.
Yes.
Who is the person you tell everything?
My best friend.
Okay. Describe your ideal significant other.
He plays hockey. He's taller than me, handsome, muscular, sexy, manly man, a fixer. Do you want me to keep going?
Diamonds or pearls?
Ooh, diamonds.
What makes you mad?
Oh, people that don't have common sense.
Okay. What's your biggest fear?
Ooh, fear, death,
Cat or dog?
cat,
Favorite thing to wear?
pink.
What are you scared of?
Not reaching my potential.
No kids or 10 kids?
10 kids.
Giving or receiving?
Giving.
What's your love language?
My love language? Okay, I love gift giving and I love words of affirmation.
What's your favorite thing about yourself?
My heart.
What's something you would like to try?
Traveling outside of the country.
Okay, last one. Start work late or leave work early?
Leave work early. Bye.